Hello everybody, I am the Mighty Plantain. Thanks for checking out this video. We are wrapping up this year's Extra Life fundraiser. This is 2018, and thanks to donations from some friends, some families, some coworkers, and from some of you viewers, we reached a grand total of $765 this year. Now that's my goal for this year was $750, so we did meet and beat that. So a huge thanks goes out to every single one of you donors. Anybody who tuned in during the live stream broadcast of the 24 hours of gameplay, basically anybody who supported this in any way, shape, or form, including my wife, who basically helped me out by avoiding me for the whole day. She prefers it that way, I guess, so we're good. Just wanted to show you guys a little something here. I'm going to bring it up onto the camera. As you can see, every year this whole thing has gotten a little bit better. Year 1, back in 2014, I raised $150. Year 2, we brought that up to $200. Year 3, and even $300. Year 4, $510. And this most recent year, 2018, year 5, was $765. So all told, we're at almost $1,500 that we've raised over the last 5 years for the Barbara Bush Children's Hospital. And as I announced in my email and all the stuff I did to announce it this year, that money is going directly towards the purchase of a new mobile, basically it was a mobile ICU. They call it Angel 1. The new one's probably going to be called Angel 2, I assume, or something like that. They might not call it the exact same thing, or at least give it the same number designation. So, again, huge thanks. Just wanted to let you guys know where the money's going. I've got a list here of donors who donated over $50, because that was the extra incentive this year. Just like previous years, anybody who donated over $50 gets to pick from a list of liquor and other remnants I have sitting around in the cabinet. And I'm going to mix them together and drink it. A little reward for you guys for helping me reach that fundraising goal. And I really appreciate it. So, dealing with this place, I have not unpacked a single shot glass yet, and I failed to go out and get one. So, we're going to use this little measuring scoop here. Now, this is a 1/8 cup, which is 30 milliliters, and 1 ounce is roughly 30 milliliters. It's just under, actually. So, we'll be using this to measure out everything. Alright, so let's start off. TJM wanted me to do Sweet Revenge. We are running low on this stuff, so at some point I might have to make a trip to the New Hampshire liquor store to get more, because I'm kind of embarrassed to admit this, but this stuff is pretty damn good. It calls itself a liquor, which it is, but it tries to pass itself off as a whiskey, which I do find offensive, but I'm letting it slide because it tastes good. Jason H. wanted me to do, well, I'm pretty sure what he did was he did a Google image search for worst beers in America and just sent me pictures of the top 3 that came up, because I couldn't find regular Schlitz anymore. They don't even make that anymore. And, what was the other one? It was just, I had it, it was just on the tip of my tongue, on the surface of my brain a minute ago. I think it's like Old English 800 or Old something 800. Can't find that anymore. But his third option, J.W. Dundee's Honey Brown Lager, still available. Alright, Melissa F. Peppermint Schnapps. Now, I did designate on the list that this is a well-aged bottle of peppermint schnapps. This is Dr. McGillicuddy, folks in Maine. You teenagers definitely are familiar with this. This is from Canada. Now, it's got this little deposit sticker on it that I don't even remember the last time I saw one of those deposit stickers. And I was looking for a date on this thing, and I cannot find one. Oh, maybe that's it. No, that's not a date. At least I hope it isn't 0429 0853, because if this is from back in 53... Alright, so I was a little hesitant to put this on the list because I indicated that it was well aged. I'm thinking this is at least 10 years old, maybe 15. But I did some research. It's not cloudy. It's never been opened. It's still sealed. It's not cloudy. There's no sugar deposits or anything like that on it, so it should still be safe. However, if I'm dead in 2 weeks, I blame you, Melissa. No, it's my own fault for putting it on the damn list. Gretchen K., you chose Moxie. I got a love-hate relationship with Moxie. If I'm in the right mood, I love it. But in mixed drinks, I hate it. So, I don't think you knew that when you picked it. I don't think you're even watching this video, so that was, but still. My mom, dear old mom, she did not try to get me to drink water this year. She actually chose Captain Morgan's Loco Nut, although I believe somebody else made the selection for her because she didn't type it all out. She put Captain Loco Nut. And my mom's old school. She would have put Captain Morgan Loco Nut. Alicia, if you're watching, I bet you picked it for her. But, okay. Hillary A., Pepsi Fire. Probably the last bottle of Pepsi Fire still available on the Eastern Seaboard. I've been sitting on this for a while, just waiting for this video to come up, and it's going to get dumped after I use what I need for this. Don't get me wrong, it was a unique experience, but it's not one I'm too keen to repeat. And, oh, Heidi M., you never got back to me. I'm pretty sure you're not watching this video, and that the little challenge here wasn't the prime motivator for you donating anyway. So I did take the liberty of picking something for you. This is Fred's Pumpkinhead Spirit. I'm hoping that this awesome liquor that I've reviewed previously and basically fell in love with, I'm hoping that it will offset some of the more questionable elements in this beverage. And then finally, Andy P., biggest donor of the campaign again this year. Big thanks to you, buddy. And I should have known you were going to pick Allen's again. My biggest personal nemesis is the Allen's Coffee Brandy. And Andy was on my case the whole time. Hey, did you meet the goal? Did you meet the goal? Did you meet the goal? I think he was just waiting to pounce on this stuff. And I finally told him, yes, I met the goal. I'm sending out the list of stuff to pick from. He said, I want Allen's. I'm just, dude, last year I waited to send you the list last. As the biggest donor, I figured I'd tell you what everybody else picked, and that way you could make a more informed decision as to what goes into it. He's like, no, I want the Allen's. I'm like, okay. Yeah. I know what your motivation is there. You just want to hit me. That's okay. This is why I put this challenge out there, was to motivate people to donate, and it has worked to a certain degree. So, without further ado, let's get these guys in here. We are drinking from the Alligator Cup again today. Oh, and look at that. Just enough to fill it. We'll throw the rest in there too. I mean, why not, right? Ugh. Allen's, I can already get a whiff of that. So let's go. I should have gotten something to put that spoon on. That's okay. We'll just rest it in the glass. Moxie next. Now, so far, not too bad. All we've got here is a burnt trailer. People drink these voluntarily for some reason, so it can't be too horrible. Whew. Let's get that Pepsi Fire in there. I think it actually has gone flat with age. So it's basically a cinnamon-infused Pepsi. Now we've got a flamin' burnin' trailer. Crap, I don't think there's going to be room in this glass. A lot of big donations this year. Fred's Pumpkinhead Spirit. Flamin' burnt trailer full of pumpkins? I don't know. I'm going to stop trying to come up with a name for this other than gross. Because I'm sure it's going to be bad. Ooh, the Sweet Revenge has not been opened in a while. Somebody set the trailer on fire to get Sweet Revenge. That is already smelling awful. Let's see what the Loco Nut does here. Holy crap, if this continues next year, I'm going to need a bigger glass. Which is not a bad thing. That's going to give it an interesting color. Ooh. The Loco Nut's kind of settling to the bottom. I don't think there's any actual cream or dairy product in here. At least it doesn't indicate that there is, and it doesn't say it needs to be refrigerated, so. But, oh, wow, that is separating, and I'm going to give you a look at that. If you can see the white swirls kind of avoiding those other those other components. I think we've only got the two left here. Alright. Wow! Dundee is not a twist top. I was not expecting that. Oh no, it is a twist top. Apparently I'm weak with anticipation. There's some... oh man. That Loco Nut is not mixing. Oh crap. I think we're going to have another Baja Rosa and Tampico situation. Yes, we do, because the Loco Nut has congealed into chunks. Oh, this is going to be so enjoyable. I'm not a big texture person. I cannot deal with Jell-O. So. And finally, the one that could kill me. Not surprised. I'll let Melissa read a few pages of Dick Masterson's book, Men Are Better Than Women, and she's smart enough to recognize it for the satire it is, but she still was not impressed with me. Okay, now I'm not sure if that's actual... I believe that's just sugar. Okay, this could be bad. Oh man, look at that. Frickin' Loco Nut. It's all chunky and on top. Oh, this is going to be bad. Oh, it's just a gelid mass of I don't know what. This might put me off a Loco Nut for a while, which is sad because it's actually a pretty decent drink. I don't know why I'm trying to screw the cap back on that. That's probably getting dumped after this too. Man, I'm going to show you this. I'm just going to skim some of this crap if I can. But I mean, that's... Yeah. Literally, white chunks are floating in this beverage. And like I said, it's like the Tampico and Baja Rosa incident a while back. That was a really early video for the channel. I'll try to post a link to it if you're interested in looking. But basically what happened was some kind of reaction where either the liquor or the fruit juice just congealed into like a jelly-like substance. And I'm just looking at this, that's what's happening here too. No matter what I do, it's not going to mix in. It's just going to be there floating. So we're just going to have to deal with that. Oh boy. It's kind of pretty. I don't know if I can show you this without making a mess or tilting the camera, so I'm going to try here. I don't know how well that's showing up, but if you look at the surface of that drink, it's actually got a bit of a pattern to it. Like some evil spider web. Okay. Only so long I can stall here. The aroma is overwhelmingly just boozy. It's got hints of sweet, hints of mint, some of that cinnamon's coming through. It smells like bad medicine, is what it smells like. Alright, I'm working up to it. This is probably the worst one I've ever made. Worth every second, though. Because your donations are worth every penny to the kids who need them. If I'm lucky, all that jellied crap will go down in the first few sips, but I know I'm not that lucky. What's going to happen is it's going to float on the top as the drink gets turned up, and it's just going to stay with me throughout the entire experience, so I'm not going to not get a mouthful of ick each time. And that's in addition to the mouthful of ick from the flavor. Here we go. The texture's like runny snot. And everything's competing. It's like a minty coffee with cinnamon afterburn and a bunch of sweet crap in between. It's weird. It's really weird. I think my taste buds in my brain are just completely blown. There's so much confusion happening here that it doesn't know what to think. Now I'm getting the medicine-y flavor of the Moxie, some of that aftertaste from the Pumpkinhead Spirit, that weird taste that I couldn't quite put my finger on when I first drank it. It's like this roundabout, this Russian roulette of flavors. That initial ick of the runny snot loco nut is just killing me. And again, it's more of the texture. It's not anything to do with the flavor, although the flavor is getting a little awful. I'm starting to get some burning down in here. That's a combination of the peppermint schnapps and the Pepsi Fire. It's actually acting kind of like Fire and Ice, like Fire, Water, and Ice 101, but to a lesser extent. I'm getting that weird peppermint and cinnamon warming sensation, and I'm also getting that same flavor sometimes when I'm not getting coconut or pink citrus or floral essence and pumpkin whiskey or the medicine from the Moxie. Again, it's just all floating around, and honestly, I barely taste anything. Oh, excuse me, of the beer from the honey brown. Oh, it's coming back with a vengeance. The burps are awful. I can tell you that. I mean, you don't always taste a burp, but I taste this one and I smell it, and it's just like a heaping garbage dump. Something about all this crap mingling together in my stomach and then coming back up is just awful. I can tell you this, I'm going to be taking some freaking leave after this. And probably eating a whole bottle of friggin' antacids. I'm probably done drinking for the night, too. Maybe. I wouldn't bet on that one, but it's a distinct possibility. I'm working it down, don't worry. Again, there's that texture. And this time, the mint, the peppermint, and the whatever the floral essence or whatever it is from the Pumpkinhead Spirit came together, and it was like a mouthful of floor cleaner. Not that I've ever drank floor cleaner, but I can imagine what it tastes like from the aroma. But then the sweetness and the citrus kicks in, and then there's the Moxie. I think that the roof of my mouth and my tongue are actually going numb at this point. Yeah, the roof of my mouth is actually numb right now. Who knows, maybe we've discovered some new frickin' anesthetic. Low-cost alternative to surgical medicine, maybe? I doubt it. Although, drink enough of this and you'll be on your fucking ass with no clue how you got there, I'm sure. Whew. Room's actually getting warmer, and it has nothing to do with that heater over there. Ooh, there's some coffee. Some bitter coffee with a little coconut finish. Like I said, it's still this rapidly revolving plethora of tastes, and I have no idea which one's going to be coming up next. Good news is the runny snot is almost gone. Bad news is it's probably gone just in time for me to take the final sip from the glass. Ooh. Minty floral floor cleaner. That's getting really prevalent at the bottom. I wonder if those two just sank to the bottom of the glass. I did try to stir it up pretty good before drinking it, but there's the Moxie too. That is not helping the floor cleaner taste. It doesn't seem that bad as I'm drinking it because I'm not gagging or anything like that. But let me assure you, this is a horrifying thing. It's mostly just that those different revolving flavors competing for space in my tongue. And I don't know which one's going to come up next. And other times they're all running into each other and just creating this new wave of weirdness that's just messing with my head. I don't know, maybe having more components in this is better because each one dilutes the others, but the loco not just curdling like that just blows my mind. How the hell am I getting fruity? Like this sudden infusion of sweet berry flavor came out of nowhere as I inhaled through my nose there. I don't know if this is the worst concoction I've ever drank, but it is certainly the most confusing and mind-blowing. I will give it that. And actually, we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shots of liquor here. This is probably the strongest one I've ever made for these videos. Yeah. Like I said, this might be it for the night. At the very least, I gotta give this a couple hours to settle before I pour another drink or even open a beer. Last gulp here, I hope. I don't even like the way it looks running down the glass. It's almost like syrup. Taking its sweet ass time. At least the part that's actually running down the glass, that loco nut kernels they're getting stained brown by the other liquor and they're just clinging without running. Awful. Here we go. Like boozy Fruit Loops with cinnamon. Apple Jacks and Fruit Loops in the same bowl with whiskey instead of milk. And I don't know where I'm getting that Apple Jacks flavor from, because there's no apple in any of these, but and probably the cinnamon and then just the general fruity sweetness. Wow. Like I said, it's not the worst thing I've ever drank, but it is certainly one of the most fucked up. So thank you for that experience, and I sincerely mean that. Like I said, $1,500 almost over the last 5 years raised for the Barbara Bush Children's Hospital. It makes the whole thing worth it. You know, it's one day out of the year where I get to play video games for 24 hours and get people to pledge me money to do it. I mean, let's be honest, I ain't running any 5Ks or even walking a 5K anytime soon. So, sitting on my fat ass and playing video games, if I can make money for a worthy charity doing that, hey, why not? So again, huge thanks to all of my donors. Extra thanks to you folks who donated the $50 or more. Big thanks to Andy P. And I gotta say Mom, too, because you guys were pretty close here, but for being the top 2 donors this year. Like I said, every dollar counts. But I do certainly appreciate the big donations from you folks, and especially you top 2. It's gone a long way towards helping me hit my goal. And hopefully I can count on you guys in 2019, because I am definitely doing the fundraiser again. Although I might have to rethink this challenge, or at least get a bigger glass. Because now that it's settling, I got a burning in my gut that might signal trouble later. Oh, and there are those awful flaming garbage dump burps. Ugh, and the hiccups are almost as bad. I gotta stifle those. I'm not really zoning out. I think my mind is just blown here. So, big thanks again. Thanks also for checking out the video. Really appreciate the views. Till next time, folks. Cheers. Yeah. The graphics department here is definitely not earning their keep. But then again, the graphics department is me, and I don't pay myself shit, so, you know, I guess you get what you pay for, right?